Hi, my name is David Voci, and I am a student here at Utah Valley University in the School of Business. And I wanted to share today a little experience that happened to me not too long ago that kind of changed my mind about how businesses should run and how they should function. And so it was actually something that happened to me outside of work and at my home. And I was going through my mail as I normally would at the end of the day, and I saw this letter from Fidelity, and I found it a little odd because I had just recently gone online and changed my billing documents to be electronic rather than having them send them out to me. And so I opened this letter and saw that this piece of paper was actually a thank you from them for enrolling in electronic documents. And I found that a little funny that they would send me a piece of paper in the mail to thank me for asking to not get pieces of paper in the mail. But it kind of brought to my mind this idea that there's a lot of companies still in the United States and around the world that waste a lot of paper that they really don't need to be using. And so I'm giving this presentation today to talk about 4 different ways that going paperless can actually cut down on costs and increase efficiency within a business. And so the 4 different parts that we're going to explain, or that I'm going to be explaining, first of all has to do with what costs get cut down and exactly how much is it, how are we gauging how much money we're saving. The second is the time that we save by going paperless and how exactly that would work if we already have our files in place and we know where they are. The third is the security that comes with going to paperless documents and understanding a little bit more about how the security works and why it may be better than having a physical storage of our items. And then the fourth would be the customer benefit to going paperless and how our actions actually affect the customer's attitudes towards us as an organization. So as we get into this here, we'll first be talking about how going paperless is able to cut down on costs. And I wanted to give a little bit of a handout to everyone before I get started. This handout actually has 4 different questions on it that have to do with the 4 major points. And everyone will have a copy, and I'd encourage you to kind of jot down answers to these questions as they apply to your personal business throughout the presentation. So, talking about cutting down on costs, approximately $460 billion every year gets spent by companies in order to pay employees to manage paper documents, whether that's filing, going through files to find old documents, and kind of making this unnecessary search for pieces of paper that we could have stored on a computer. And this would break down to about $80 per employee per year that we're spending. And this can also include ink costs and the cost of paper itself. And so it's a lot of money that really gets wasted on paper, which we have access to on the internet now, and we have no need to print it out. And so not only do we cut down on paper, but we also cut down on time wasted, and we also cut down on the amount of storage we need. I'm pretty sure every office that we've all ever worked in has had filing cabinets on top of filing cabinets on top of filing cabinets, and they're all sorted in their own ways, and it's this huge struggle to understand how they're stored. And switching to a computer can eliminate pretty much all these problems for our document storage and finding these documents when we need to bring them back up again. And I wanted to show a quick video that helps to display the actual amount of money wasted, and this was given in a TED Talk not too long ago at a public university. So I'll be playing this real quick.
Statistic from 2012 that every 3rd employee prints his email before reading. If the company culture would change, a company could save up to 3% of company revenue. In case of Apple Incorporated, that would mean $5.5 billion in a year.
So obviously that was a large amount of money. 3% of your yearly revenue could be saved by switching over to paper documents. But not only does it save money, it saves time. And this is due to the fact, and we've all experienced it, when you need to pull up an old document, it just takes forever. So by switching to electronic documents, you can organize it in files much easier. You can upload these files from anywhere, so someone who has a meeting with a customer somewhere else is able to upload the document from there and avoid the trip back to the office, as well as marking required fields on forms. And this is a huge issue that we've all dealt with as well, when we forget to get a certain part of a form filled out and we have to get the customer back in person with us in order to finish the form that we made a mistake on. And all this can be eliminated by switching to electronic documents, which are much more easier to maintain. The third area where paperless documents can help us out in our business is through the security of our paperwork. And this was a debate when electronic documents first came out, is what happens if our computer crashes? What happens if we're no longer able to log in? What do we do? And these errors over the past several years have been corrected. So we now have cloud storage on the internet that keeps us safe even if our computers are destroyed. And fires, break-ins, other disasters no longer affect our paperless documents as they would have without cloud storage. And this also has a big impact on our paperless documents. All those types of issues could cause us to lose a lot of information, but this will not happen with our paperless documents. Cloud security continues to get better, and the platforms are constantly updating their measures to prevent other people from breaking in and getting that information. So as we continue to shift more into online software, these softwares will continue to improve their security, and our documents will be in a much better spot, where we're much less likely to lose them than we were several years ago, having all the paperwork stored in filing cabinets or just on our computers by themselves. And the last area that I kind of wanted to go over was the environmental friendliness. Now, Pew Research has done several surveys on this, and it turns out that 74% of people, of US adults, support businesses taking measures to be more environmentally friendly. And for your business, this may mean that you're able to advertise what you're doing to your customers and kind of earn their trust back and show that you're doing the right steps to make the world a better place, and that they should want to bring their business to you because of that. So these were the 4 main points that I wanted to cover with everyone: how going paperless can cut down on costs, it can save time, it can increase the security of your documents, and it is also much more environmentally friendly. Now, you may ask yourself, how do I even start this process? We have so many documents that are already on papers. Well, many companies have taken small measures step by step to get to this point where they're completely online. And that could mean going through old files and uploading them, and then converting your current documents to the internet, or converting current documents to the internet and then going back and uploading all those files. It will take a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, but in the long run, it's going to save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and make everyone's job much easier. So thank you for your time, and I hope to hear about your experiences in applying paperless documents to your companies.